Hey, my wonderful Taurus, divine masculine placements. Christina here, Ginger Mama, coming at you with your extended monthly Tarotscope for the month of September. Welcome. For those of you new to my channel, I break down the monthly astrology report with the tarot cards, and I break it down by feminine and masculine energy. And please understand, we all hold both, the yin-yang balance. We all hold masculine and feminine energy, but most of us are imbalanced in some way in those energies, okay? So if you're someone that's more avoidant, you ghost, you run, you don't like to speak your truth, you get really freaked out by that, you are more imbalanced masculine energy. If you're someone that's more anxiously attached, I want to know, I got to know what's going on, you're more imbalanced feminine energy. So if you're still unsure, I encourage you to watch both readings for the month, see what resonates more with you. You can also go to my website, gingermama.com, and there are free blogs there, and one of the blogs says wounded feminine, wounded masculine energy, and healed, and there's literally a bullet pointed checklist where you can go through that. Okay, so let's dive into it. Excuse me, some of you being called to speak your truth this month, that might be a theme. Let's see. But as I was channeling for you divine masculines, the only thing coming in for me was a Viking. Okay, and I'm not quite sure if it's just that time frame. Maybe you've had visions or dreams that are about that. But it feels to me as though it's like a stalled out Viking, like someone kind of off to the side during something and they're just watching. And it's almost like the universe keeps like pushing you, like, no, go fight for what you want. And not like in a mean way, like you're not fighting like in an aggressive way. It's more like fight for the truth of who you are. Fight for what it is you want in life. Does that make sense? Like, stop just sitting there fixed and like fight forward, you know? And so let's get into the astrology and see if there's more clarity on that. As we start out the month on the 5th, we have Venus in Virgo. We're in Virgo season, and Venus in Virgo is all about really getting practical with love, right? Like understanding you are an earth sign just like Virgo energy is. And so you're very good at this. Excuse me. You're very good at this, but you might not be as good at speaking your truth, at communicating the way it is you feel. And understand, Virgo energy is also very intuitive. So you're being asked, especially around the 5th, to ask yourself, okay, I might practically know what I want a connection to look like, but what does it look like from a more intuitive place, from a more emotionally vulnerable place? And could I tap into that? What would be the benefit of tapping into that? Things like that. So maybe focus on those themes the first part of the month here. On the 6th, we have the moon in Aquarius, and the moon hangs out there till the 8th. But on the 8th, I find it fascinating. The moon always changes signs throughout the month. It's not that big of a deal. But the reason I bring up this transit is because Aquarius will be conjunct Saturn on the 8th, okay? And so this is a call for you to ask yourself, what is the bigger picture here? Sorry, my cat is distracting me as I do this reading. Again, maybe some of you are being a little distracted as you're trying to like sort things out. Like if they're animals, you know, great, but like cut out the distractions as the hair goes everywhere. I feel like you're kind of like, I don't even know where to start with this journey. It's okay, okay? Take a breath. The 8th is a great place to start, okay? The 8th is going to ask you to look around your circle, friends, family, lovers, whoever it is in your life, and take inventory of it and ask, how do I feel in their energy? How do I feel in their presence? Is this calm? Is this conflict? Is this joy? Is this peace? Is this harmony? Is this chaos? Like, what is it? And then anything that doesn't feel like it resonates with your soul, you pull back from. Now, when we pull back from energies, family, friends, or lovers, we don't just run and ghost, okay? That's manipulation, that's abuse, that's trauma onto someone else. You don't do that, even if someone did that to you, okay? Instead, what you do is you speak the truth. Hey, I'm working on myself this month. I'm going to take some time to myself. Can I reach out to you in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks, in a month? Or if it's a connection you totally want to end, friendship, lover, whatever it is, you say that. Hey, this was a great go, but like, I just never want this in my orbit again. You make it crystal clear, okay? You're doing this for you. You're doing this for the other person. You're doing it because it's the right adult thing to do. You don't leave threads, you know, not like all these untied threads energetically. That's not going to be good for you. And as we're in the month of September, we're also hitting Mercury retrograde on the 9th. And again, this is a time where you might feel called to reach out to someone and kind of tie up some of those loose ends. And whatever that looks like, make sure it's an earnest truth. If you're trying to just be like, no, it's not you, maybe it's a twin flame or a soulmate, and you know there's something deeper, but you're just saying the words to try to get out of the energy, that's going to kick back big time and hurt you in the end. Okay, but if you're being authentic, or this was a past karmic partner or a past situation you know is done, then speak the truth. You know, I do not want this in my energy field anymore. I feel like many of you maybe have been mixed up in a lot of energies this summer. And so this month is a good time to pull back a little bit and to really go inward and ask yourself, what is it I want? And only communicate with those you really know you want in the future. The Seven of Pentacles reversed, to me, this feels like you're not protecting your energy. Again, you're not fighting for your manifestations. It's like you're sitting there like, oh, well, this is what I want. That would be really cool. This is what I want. But it's like, where's that action forward? When we manifest, we think about it. We feel what the feeling would be like. And then we take the action forward to make that happen in our lives. Again, that Viking energy, we go forward. And so be mindful if you're feeling drained this month, it's because you're around the wrong energies or you have not cleared them. Queen of Cups here. I feel like many of you, you know, you could be doubting feminine energy in your life if they're really balanced in their emotions. Maybe you're very critical of emotions. That if you're being very critical of someone's emotions, that's a reflection that you're not tapping into your own. Okay, and that Queen of Cups tells me whoever it is in your life, they are balanced in their emotions. They really are. It's you, King of Cups reversed, that are not tapping into your own emotions. You're not being emotionally mature, emotionally vulnerable. You're making this all about logic or just really digging your heels in, that really stubborn energy, okay? And that's a burden that you're carrying, not this other person. You're carrying the burden of you not tapping into that side of yourself, of shutting that off. And it's not healthy to tuck away emotions for a long time. Eventually you blow up. And so many of you might feel like that. You're confused. If I speak my truth to this person I care about, I know their guard's up. They're going to cut me out. They're going to this and that. Feminine energy will always push masculine energy to continue doing better, to speak the truth clearly. And maybe that's what you need to tap into. Are you able to speak the truth clearly? How are your communication skills? How can you practice that on your own? You can practice this in the car, in the shower. Speak out loud to yourself. I know it feels silly, but it will help you unblock your throat chakra. It really will. And understand if their guard is up, ask yourself why. What did I do to make this feminine feel unsafe in the connection? Because likely there was a lot of ambiguity or shit that wasn't fair. So maybe they were emotionally drained. Maybe you're feeling emotionally drained. So again, this feminine will not let their guard down unless you're speaking the complete truth. You're not holding back. You're not leaving out details. You're very clear. This is what I want. I care about you. I miss you. I want to be with you. You're not lying. I want a connection with you, and you're not afraid of whatever their response is. You give it time, you understand. Okay, well, they might say yes, they might say no. It's not about me. It's about, well, it is about you. It's about you releasing that fear, but it's also not about the response from them. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you have hope here. You're getting out of conflict. You're doing the work, and this person has hope. They're not in conflict. Ace of Pentacles. The way I read tarot in my deck, I always take this as source confirming, the hand of God, walking down that yellow brick road to New Earth. And so release any fears you have about this communication occurring, okay? Especially retrograde again, starting on the 9th. On the 10th, we have the full moon in Pisces. And so that full moons are a great time to release any fear. You know, maybe write a letter about what your fears are in communicating your feelings, right? What you're worried might happen. Write it all down. What would happen if I communicated my truth completely? All of it. What would happen? What's my biggest fear? Write it all down and then reread it to yourself and say, fuck that. That's bullshit. I'm not going to let fear control me anymore, and burn it. A candle, a lighter, a bonfire, I don't care, but burn it around that full moon. You're going to feel lighter. You're going to feel more confident. You're going to feel better. okay? And so you're going to do this, and I'm telling you, it's going to world of difference. If you want to release something else, past pain, past trauma, fine. But to me, this feels like this fear of communicating your truth to someone you really care about, okay? So release that fear around the 10th. And you're going to be feeling much better. Wheel of Fortune reversed. You might be struggling financially in some way right now, or called to check in with your finances, okay? Understand that if you are someone that continually looks to the past, if you're wishy-washy, if you're stalking people on social media, if you're constantly like, but they did this and they did that, you're only breaking your own heart. You're only stalling your own progress. And especially with that Wheel of Fortune reversed, you're stuck in time. You're stuck in a loop. It's your job to get out of that loop and say, wow, why am I watching and consuming instead of creating and becoming, right? The choice is ultimately yours. There is no one that's going to come in and save you and fix this for you other than you. And so ultimately, again, that's up to you. But getting really clear, did your wishy-washy behavior in the past break someone else's heart? Are you responsible for that? And how can you take accountability for that? Because that's what the universe is calling on you to do, to heal your avoidant attachment style. And the only way you heal that is to make the choice. Source, I want to heal this. So I'm going to connect. I'm going to speak my truth, okay? I know it's difficult to do. But the feminines on the opposite end have been healing their anxious attachment style by pulling back, which is why they've had clear boundaries with you, which is why they've been building the business in isolation, doing the things that they're doing, okay? They've been awakening. You are awakening. If you want a new beginning, you're being asked to take the action, okay? That Viking, I want you to really channel that energy this month, okay? Forward action. Action, 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 action. Action's the way out of depression, anxiety, uncomfortableness. If you're not taking action, you're going to continue to feel weaker and weaker and weaker. And you don't want that, okay? So if you can do that the first part of this month, all right, as we roll into the last week of the month, retrograde goes into Libra. We're still in Mercury retrograde for the rest of the month. Be mindful with technology. Make sure you're very careful at work, things like that. Technology can be wonky, not safe, glitch out, etc. So be mindful of that. Also be mindful of travel. If you're traveling, make sure you know clearly what's going on. Sometimes schedules can get disrupted. We can have delays in our travel plans. But also communication. Communication's not bad, everyone, as I said, but be very clear in what it is you want. You cannot step in with wishy-washy energy. The universe is going to kick it right back to you. So with these feminines, they're not taking that, okay? This has got to be the real truth of how you feel and what you want. I know that's frightening, but again, release with that full moon. On the 25th, we have the new moon coming in, and on the 29th, we have Venus in Libra. And so if you've done the work earlier in the month, you're going to be feeling really good. You're going to be feeling really free. But if you have not done the work, that imbalance in how you operate in romantic partnerships is going to be very apparent. Libra is all about the scales, the balance of feminine and masculine energy, the balance in communication, in sexual energy, and finances, in everything. And you are gonna, I kind of hear like brakes screeching outside. They're gonna put the brakes on you. If you are trying to step into a relationship and not equally give and take, you're gonna have massive problems. And so take the focus off of the past, okay, and really focus on the future. All right, let's pull some moon oracle cards. Yeah, like whatever your thoughts are creating your reality. And if you're hung up in the past, you're always going to be stuck there. So focus on the future. Yeah, look at this. This is amazing. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. So if you're doing the work, Taurus, divine masculine, I'm telling you, from the new moon to the full moon, like whatever that, I just feel like the new moon in Libra, I know this says full moon, but on the 25th through into the full moon cycle, which I believe the full moon is in Scorpio at that point in October. But either way, you're going to be feeling a mass sense of relief. But that's only if you're really speaking from the heart, if you're really speaking truthfully, okay? But it's a win-win outcome. It's going to feel good. You're going to feel better. Step out of your comfort zone. Look at that. It's time to release negativity. Exactly. Stop carrying these negative thought patterns within you, okay? I love all of you. If you'd like more free content, I'm over on TikTok. I post all the time. I also have free blogs at gingermama.com, and you're more than welcome to book a personal email or in-person reading with me live. I do them on Zoom and FaceTime. So I love all of you. I will see you back next